Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only Animation Legends, and yeah guys, today I am back with another series for you guys, which is gonna be what if Naruto was neglected by his family and had the powers of Magic King from Black Clover. And yeah guys, this is gonna be really OP of a series, so hopefully you guys will like it. And yeah guys, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It would be very helpful to me as I want to reach 20k subscribers on this channel, and you guys subscribing would be really appreciated, so please guys do so. So without wasting any more of your time, let's start the video. So the story begins in the forest of death. At the moment, Naruto is panting on the ground as he was bleeding all over his body. In front of him were three figures smirking towards him. As one of the figures finally stepped forward, well, loser, look at you, pathetic. As this was none other than his own little brother Menma and Mito, as well as Uchiha Sasuke. As they were smirking towards Naruto, as Menma simply scoffed at that. Did you honestly believe that I will tolerate such a loser like you in my family for you to inherit all the business of the Uzumaki Namikaze clan? You're just a loser, nothing more than that, and it is already insulting enough that you share my blood. Naruto, you have gone too far, as Mito also smirked at that. Flashback one day earlier, Minato was looking towards Menma, Mito, and Naruto as Minato simply sighed at that. As he said, well, Menma, I have already decided all three of your futures. Menma, in the future, I will groom you to be the next Hokage. Mito, you will marry into the Uchiha clan, but you will also inherit the title of the head of the Uzumaki clan so that we can make a stronger alliance with the Uchiha clan. And finally, Minato looked towards Naruto as Minato simply sighed at that. Well, Naruto, I know that you're not as talented as your brother, so I honestly do not need for you to be a shinobi. It is only your own wish that I allowed you to be a genin, and I have decided that you will start your training so that you can inherit the business of the Uzumaki Namikaze clan and work it with it. But do not worry, since you are also my son, so all three of you will get all the property of the Uzumaki Namikaze clan equally, but you will be the leader of how to handle the whole situation. As Naruto was a bit happy about it. From the very young age, he had tried his best to be a good shinobi, but something was off with him, as if something inside of him was sucking all the chakra in his body. He had pitiful amount of chakra, even for a 16-year boy. He was a Uzumaki clan member, yet his chakra levels were even lower than that of an ordinary genin, and he was really not able to perform many jutsus even though he can really learn them, but the chakra was not sufficient, as if something was inside of him absorbing all of his chakra. Flashback ends as Menma simply smirked at that. Well, Naruto, this is the forest of death, the second part of the Chunin exam. Honestly, I do not even know why you're even here. My mom and dad wanted to give you all the business, but we are the true saviors of the shinobi world. Why should you get anything? As Naruto tried to stood up, but his chakra was already exhausted. As Menma scoffed at that as he slapped Naruto away. As Mito looked towards Menma, so Menma, what are we gonna do about him? As Menma simply smirked at that. Well, since he had already asked father to take part in the Chunin exam as a single person. Well, even though father has secretly told us to protect him from the shadows, but accidents can always happen in the forest of death and in the Chunin exam. So, Naruto, it is time for you to say goodbye to this world. With that, Menma smirked as he started to make a gigantic Rasengan as he slammed it into Naruto, as Naruto screamed in pure pain and agony as he was sent flying through the forest. As Menma simply smirked at that, that should take care of him. Wild animals here will definitely get rid of him. So, Mito, let's leave. As Mito simply scoffed at that. What a loser. As Sasuke simply smirked at that. Do not worry, dear. We have already handled whole situation. He will be taken care of, and all the property of the Uzumaki Namikaze clan inherently belongs to you and Menma. As Menma and Mito smirked at that and disappeared into the forest of death, while far away in a small crater, Naruto was lying there. Something was really off with his body from a very young age. He was unable to make his chakra grow bigger, but now something was finally awakening inside of Naruto as he was unconscious, as snakes were moving across him, ready to make him into their prey. But inside of Naruto, a new power that didn't belong to this universe was finally awakening. As Naruto's eyes were snapped open, the snakes which were about to attack Naruto suddenly stopped, as if stopped by time, as they started to grow wildly, as the snakes hissed at that, and within seconds they were turned into pure dust, as they were aged hundreds of years because of the immense aura, as a immense power skyrocketed into the sky of Konoha. Everyone who was in the forest of death and in Konoha stopped for a second, as if time has come to a standstill while inside of Naruto's mind. As Naruto was confused for a second, but then he saw a gigantic tree whose branches were spreading across the universe. As a name came to Naruto's mind, the Time Tree, as all the timelines are present in the branches of these trees. As Naruto was at awe of the power that was in front of him, memories started to pass through his mind about everything related to time, the time branches, as well as the dead timelines where everything was destroyed, the other timelines where other versions of him are also present, the evil version, the powerful version, the good one, and the many other. As Naruto started to, as if he was living through all of these memories, all of this life, these different Narutos. In the end of the day, they were all alter egos of each other. As Naruto finally, in the real world, opened his eyes, his chakra level was no longer on the level of a genin, but rather it has already skyrocketed beyond that of even a cage level. As Naruto opened his eyes and looked towards his hand, Menma, Mito, Uchiha Sasuke, each and every one of you will definitely pay for it. As Naruto looked towards his hand, as the power that was surging in his body, as Naruto disappeared from the forest of death, while after some time, some Ambu appeared in the area wondering what is going on here. But they were unable to find anything, so they started their investigation. While on the other hand, in the tower, Menma Mito has already arrived along with Sasuke, as they had given their scroll to the proctor there. So they were given their respective rooms, as Menma and Mito were smiling towards each other, as well as Sasuke that were present here, as Menma simply smirked at that. Now that the loser has been taken care of, I'm sure that Dad will finally realize that that loser was just that, a loser, and will hand over all the property of the Uzumaki Namikaze clan to us so that we can make it far better use. As Mito simply smiled at that, as Sasuke simply nodded at that. Suddenly, the door of the whole building was slammed open, as Menma and Mito were wondering who this was, but when they saw the figure that entered into the stadium, they were taken aback at that. As Sasuke spoke up, how's that even possible? I could be sure that Menma's Rasengan should have taken care of him. As Naruto opened both of the scrolls, and finally Proctor arrived, as the Proctor also gave Naruto his room, and finally disappeared from there. As Minma finally stepped forward as he scoffed at that. Huh, what a cockroach you are, Naruto. I did not expect you to survive my attack. But do you honestly believe that coming to the third stage, you will be able to leave from here alive? As Minma's eyes narrowed towards Naruto, but this time Naruto was not like his usual self, who was unable to look towards his little siblings because of his weakness. As Naruto looked towards Menma, as if he was nothing more than an insect, as Naruto simply smiled at that. Well, little brother, soon enough you will figure it out as well. With that, Naruto walked past Menma, as Menma tried to, you can say, attack him from behind, but Mito spoke up, Menma, not here. As Menma gritted his teeth at that, even though they cannot see it, but both of them can sense that several figures were watching them, especially a feeling as if something beyond from this whole room was watching them. In the Hokage office, Minato was looking towards the crystal ball with a blank expression on his face as he looked towards the walking past figure of Naruto. As his eyes narrowed at that, in reality, he was watching everything from the forest of that, how Menma and Mito attacked Naruto, how Uchiha Sasuke was simply taunting from the side, but he did not do anything. In reality, this was all just a test for Minato. Honestly, he did not had a lot of feelings for his children. Maybe when he was young, when he had just become Hokage and was blessed with 3 children, he was a naive young man. But the reality of 16 years has taught him many things, and honestly he didn't care much about Menma and Mito as well. They were just that, a means to an end. His sensei told them that they would be the saviors of the shinobi world, but Minato had no, you can say, faith in the so-called child of destiny or anything like that. In his eyes, both Menma and Mito are the Jinchuriki of Konoha. They need to become powerful so that Minato can sustain his position as the Hokage. His dreams when he was just young has already been dashed by the third Hokage and the Elder Council. Now it is all a power struggle. In name, Menma is the successor to the position of Hokage, but when Minato will abdicate and make Menma the next Hokage, it completely depends on Minato. It could be after when Menma is in his 30s. After all, Minato did not like to give up his power. As for Naruto, he didn't want him dead as well. He had already sent his Ambu to bring back Naruto, but he will remain a ordinary person. As for handing over family business, that was just that. He is not gonna give him anything. He would be just that, a manager that will work for him. And after all, it was actually a test for Menma, who is destined to be the next Hokage. He requires a ruthless person that can actually help him take power from the third Hokage as well as the elder councils. After all, if Menma is not ruthless enough to his own family, then how could he help Minato to do things that the Hokage cannot do openly? After all, third Hokage had Danzo, and Minato wanted Menma to obey his route as well. As Minato simply smiled at that thought, but looking towards Naruto as he frowned at that. How did he survive that? When his Ambu arrived to the area, no one was there, and then there was that whole light thing in the forest of death as well. But Minato simply shook his head at that. Well, it doesn't matter. All of them are simply pawns in his game, and let's see what they can give him in the future. As Minato smiled at that as he closed the crystal ball in the room, Naruto was meditating as he was passing through some of the memories he has inherited from some Narutos from other timeline. That Naruto Senju, who is actually a pure-blooded Uchiha, but it is a pity that he didn't get the Sharingan of that guy. But it is only a matter of time as Naruto opened his eyes as his aura was skyrocketing with time. Then there was other Ususuke Naruto and many other powerful Narutos that are present in the other timelines. Naruto has their power inside of him, but for him to awake the true dojutsus, he's gonna require some other things from this timeline as well. As Naruto simply smiled at that as he started to meditate on that. After some time has passed, finally it was time for the preliminary exam, and finally Naruto has finally arrived as Minato was standing in front of everyone as the third Hokage was also present there. As Minato stood up as he smiled towards all the candidates that were present there. As Minato looked towards them, I'm really happy to see our different villages coming together and taking part in the Chunin exam. Chunin exams are made so that our different villages can put our differences away and come together and to show to the shinobi world that we shinobis can also work together and there is peace in the shinobi world. Even though Minato was saying these words, he himself didn't believe it. But hey, he is a politician, as Minato gave a long speech about the Will of Fire and things like that. And finally, Minato gave a signal as a proctor appeared and started to explain the rules of the exam. And finally, it was time as Menma stepped forward along with as Menma's battle started against Kiba, but it was completely one-sided, even though Kiba was also on Chunin level. But in the end of the day, Menma was still Menma, and just like that, the battle ended with the victory of Menma, as Menma simply smirked at that and decided to go back to his team, where Kakashi put his hand onto the shoulder of his beloved student. As he smiled towards Menma, "Menma, I'm proud of you." As Menma simply smirked at that, finally the matches go on. Lee versus Gara and many other. Finally, it was time as the board started to move as Mito walked towards Sasuke and gave him a look as Sasuke also nodded as he activated his Sharingan as the proctor who was overseeing the whole matches was also an Uchiha clan member. As his eyes met with that of Sasuke and a small smirk came to his face, and just like that the board finally appeared onto the two names, which was none other than Uzumaki Naruto versus Uzumaki Mito. As Mito simply smirked at that as she looked towards Menma, as Menma simply smirked at that. Well, he doesn't know how Naruto actually survived the forest of that. After all, he has slammed the gigantic Rasengan after giving a thorough beating to Naruto. He doesn't know how he survived, but he's gonna make sure that mistake solved itself. After all, injuring someone in the matches accidentally is actually pretty common excuse, and he's pretty sure that no one will make any objection to it. After all, they are not gonna share anything with Naruto, a loser who is not worthy of it. And just like that, Mito finally landed onto the stadium, while on the other hand, Naruto finally opened his eyes. His eyes glowed with a strange symbol for a second, but it disappeared as soon as it arrived. As Naruto casually started to walk down the stairs and finally arrived at the stadium. As the Uchiha Proctor finally walked towards them. Are you two ready? As Mito simply smirked at that, I'm ready. With that, Naruto also nodded at that, alright then, let this match begin. With that, Proctor jumped away as Mito simply smiled towards Naruto. Well, older brother, it seemed that the lesson I gave you in the forest of death was not enough. While I do not know how you're able to take part in this stage of the Chunin exam, but it doesn't matter. Let me show you your true place. With that, Mito's eyes glowed red for a second as she disappeared with blinding speed as many Janins, even Jonins, were impressed with the speed of Mito as Mito was already behind Naruto with a Rasengan in her hand ready to end this match in one go and injure Naruto in the meantime. But Naruto simply looked towards Mito. In his eyes, the time is moving differently. He can see things in seconds, if not milliseconds as well. Mito's speed, while impressive to others, it was nothing to him as Naruto casually moved his body as he grabbed the hand of Mito, shocking everyone as Mito was taken aback at that. But before Mito could say anything, a bone breaking noise was heard by everyone as Mito screamed at that as Naruto had twisted her hand, breaking her wrist as Mito tried to kick Naruto, but Naruto casually moved a little bit back and kicked Mito into the stomach, sending her flying into the roof as Mito slammed into the roof and started to come down. But Mito's eyes changed into red slits as several chakra chains appeared from behind her, grabbing onto the nearby walls and thus balancing Mito as she landed onto the ground. Looking towards her hand, which was already steaming, the power of Kyuubi was on its work as Mito glared towards Naruto. It was an insight. She was a genius who will one day save the shinobi world, the savior of the shinobi world. And Naruto is just a loser, unworthy to share same blood as her, unworthy to be called her older brother, and unworthy for anything from the Uzumaki Namakase clan. She will not stand for such an insult. Naruto, as she screamed, you have gone too far. I will teach you a lesson. Multi-shadow clone technique. With that, hundreds of shadow clones appeared as all of them started to go through hand sign, fire style, fire, tornado. With that, a gigantic tornado started to form because of the work of all the Mitos working together as Naruto looked towards the coming gigantic tornado of fire towards him. Even the Jonins are now trying to protect themselves from the heat as Naruto simply clapped his hand together. Suddenly, a water tsunami appeared out of nowhere and engulfing the fire tornado and turning it into mist as Naruto once again clapped his hand together as a wind appeared, thus dispelling all the mist that were present there as Mito was taken aback at that as Naruto looked towards Mito and a smile appeared on his face as Naruto disappeared with blinding speed within seconds. Naruto was already in front of the original Mito. A fist slammed into her guard with such force that Mito puked out blood as this was the power which Naruto has inherited from one of his another version, the super strength. Each and every punch that Naruto landed, while not on the level of the other Naruto who was trained by Tsunade, but the power, it was immense as Naruto's chakra level was still growing. Each and every punch broke bones as everyone was taken aback at that as they can hear the noise of bones breaking. The more bones were breaking as Mito let out a roar as two chakra tails appeared beside her as a shockwave slammed into Naruto, pushing him a little bit back as Mito crawled towards Naruto. Die as she made opened her mouth and started to make a small Bijudama as she released it towards Naruto. As Naruto simply smiled at that, it is time for him to show a little bit of his power. As Naruto's eyes changed as Naruto pointed towards the coming Bijudama towards him, and just like that, Bijudama was stopped within mid-air as if someone had press the stop button as everyone was taken aback at that as Naruto casually moved his finger and flipped it, and just like that Bijudama was going in the opposite direction as Mito was taken aback at that. Suddenly a force slammed into her body as the Bijudama made contact with her gut, and just like that it exploded with a gigantic explosion, sending her flying back into the wall as Mito puked out a lot of blood. Her body was badly burned, but the QB chakra was still healing her as Mito tried to move, but Naruto was upon her. For years, he was humiliated by these two so-called little siblings of his as he was taunted, called a loser, and even they tried to kill him. In the force of that, all of that hatred appeared in Naruto's face as Naruto kicked Mito into the face, sending her flying into air. But Naruto did not stop there as Naruto also threw himself into the air and started to release one after another attacks as Mito screamed in pure pain and agony while in the Hokage boot. Third Hokage's eyes narrowed at that. He has also heard about Naruto and he has also seen that the kid didn't have much chakra, and honestly he was mostly busy with Menma and Mito. After all, Minato was becoming stronger by the day, and that was against the interest of the Elder Council as well as the Third Hokage, and Third Hokage did not like that Minato no longer listened to him and started to have his own thoughts, and Third Hokage wanted to prevent it. That was why he was always keeping an eye on Menma and Mito in the name of protection, but actually he wanted to learn all the weaknesses of Menma and Mito so that if Minato were to ever move against him, then he would also know the weakness of the weapons of Minato. But it seemed that his Ambu did not give him correct information, while on the other hand Minato was watching it blankly, not even caring that it was his own daughter that was getting the beating of her life, and it was his own firstborn giving it. As Minato's eyes narrowed towards Naruto, as he could not understand it. Just yesterday, he had sensed the chakra levels of Naruto. Those were still pathetic. Could it be that Naruto was hiding his true power? As Minato started to wonder about it. If Naruto truly has this kind of talent, then it should be used for the interest of Konoha. Well, mostly for the interest of Minato, who is in a power struggle with the Third Hokage and the Elder Council. As Minato's eyes narrowed at that thought, not caring that Mito was almost on the verge of death at this point, as Naruto slammed her into the ground. You really like this technique, don't you, Mito? Well then, here, have it. As Naruto made a gigantic Rasengan, as Mito looked towards the Rasengan in utter fear. I could, but before she could complete her sentence, Naruto slammed the gigantic Rasengan into her body as Mito screamed in pure pain and agony as a huge explosion took place. It was only the power of Kyuubi that kept her alive, but that was barely. She was even more worse state than Naruto, who was in the forest of death, while in the stand as Sasuke gritted his teeth at that. He could no longer tolerate it as he looked towards the Proctor, as the Uchiha Proctor quickly arrived and tried to kick Naruto away, but Naruto casually slapped the Proctor so hard as he was slammed into the nearby wall. Stay out of my way, Uchiha trash. As the Uchiha Proctor could not understand it, he was a Jonin, and this brat had not only slapped him but also called the Uchiha clan trash. But before he can say anything, Minato stood up. Enough! One word was enough to silence everyone as Minato looked towards Naruto, but this time with more interest in his eyes. This match is over. Winner Uzumaki Naruto. Medics. With that, several medics arrived and took Mito away, while on the other hand, Naruto simply walked towards the waiting area. As Naruto walked past by Menma and spoke up. Your turn is next, Menma. As Menma gritted his teeth at that, he was in so much anger that his eyes has already turned blood red because of the Kyuubi's power. He could not understand it. How dare that loser Naruto go this far? How did he get the audacity, the power? He could not understand it. Suddenly, Kakashi stepped forward. Naruto, I must say that you have gone too far. She's your own sister. While I know that you're jealous of Menma and Mito, but it is no reason for you to attack your own comrades within the village. Don't you know the will of fire? We do not attack our comrades. I think you should simply forfeit the whole mess as an apology for attacking your own comrades. As all the Jonins look towards Naruto, as Naruto simply looked towards Kakashi. Well, Kakashi-san, it has been some time. Last time I saw you, you were licking the shoes of the fourth Hokage for giving you his prodigy children, the so-called children of destiny, as Kakashi's as narrowed at that. As for attacking your own comrades, you would know about it, don't you, Kakashi-san? After all, you are well known as the friend killer. As Kakashi was taken aback at that, it has been almost decades since someone has called him that name, as Kakashi was in a trance for a second as Kakashi's eyes turned blood red as he was ready to activate his Chidori and teach Naruto a lesson, but Naruto simply smiled at that and disappeared from there as Kakashi was furious about it while Melma also gritted his teeth at that. Do not worry, Kakashi sensei. I will teach him a lesson in the finals. It doesn't matter. While I do not know how he got this power, but it is something that belongs to me. As Menma simply smirked at that, as he was wondering if Naruto had gotten some opportunity, then it rightfully belongs to him, the child of destiny, the savior of the shinobi world. As Menma simply smirked at that, as Kakashi also nodded at that, I will teach you everything, Menma, so that you can teach that disrespectful child a lesson. How dare he attack his own comrades in the village? He should pay for it. As Kakashi simply was furious about it, as Minato finally announced the end of the third stage of the Chunin exam. Alright, we're gonna have 1 month time skip. After 1 month, we're gonna have the finals of the Chunin exam in the main stadium. In the 1 month, you are free to train in new techniques are the techniques you have already mastered. So, see you guys in 1 month. With that, Minato simply decided to leave from there, while on the other hand, Third Hokage looked in the direction where Naruto has left. He already know that Minato doesn't have too much a good relationship with Naruto. Maybe he can use this opportunity to increase his power even further and keep Minato at check. As Third Hokage was having these thoughts as he also walked away from this stadium. In the Hokage office, Minato was doing the paperwork, but suddenly the door was slammed open as Kushina finally arrived. As Kushina looked towards Minato, Minato, I have heard that Mito was injured in the preliminary exams. Is it correct? As Minato looked towards Kushina, the only love in his life. As he smiled towards Kushina, do not worry, Kushina. I've already sent Sonata-sama, and Sonata-sama had told me that Mito, thanks to the help of the Cube's power, has mostly recovered. She would be alright in 2 days. As Kushina looked towards Minato, Minato, what is going on here? I've heard that Naruto is the one who has hurt Mito, but how is this even possible? We both know that Naruto doesn't possess much chakra, and his physical fitness is also not on the level of a Jonin. So how could he actually defeat Mito? What is going on here? As Minato looked towards Kushina, well, Kushina, I do not know much about it, as Naruto has disappeared and I have sent some Ambu to search for him, but it seems that he has left Konoha to train for 1 month. But it seemed that Naruto was hiding his true strength, but for what reason I do not know about it. As Kushina started to walk onto the office, but Minato, we have already made the decisions about the future of Menma, Mito, and Naruto. Naruto will take care of the business. Menma in the future will become the candidate for the Hokage position, and Mito, as she has a marriage contract with Uchiha Sasuke. So we've already decided their future, but now Naruto is showing his talent. What is the meaning of this? What was the reason why? Is he hiding his power? Is he guarding against us? How could he think that bad of us, Minato? As Minato simply smiled towards Kushina as he walked towards her and put simply make her sit onto the sofa. Do not worry, Kushina. I will take care of everything. As for the reason, I will talk with Naruto personally, and I believe that he will give us a satisfactory answer. As Kushina simply nodded at that, as Minato simply smiled at that. Alright, Kushina, you can take your leave. I have some work to do. With that, Kushina decided to leave from there, while on the other hand, the moment Kushina left, the smile on Minato's face disappeared. Only the presence of Kushina Minato was the old Minato Namikaze, otherwise, he is the Hokage. As Minato started to think about it, as he gave a signal as an Ambu appeared beside him. Did you find Naruto? As Ambu simply shook his head at that, Lord Hokage, we were tailing him, but then he disappeared into thin air and our Ambu were unable to find him. We only found the note that he will come back after 1 month of training. It seemed that he had noticed us as well. As Minato simply shook his head at that, he do not know what is the reason for Naruto to hide his power, but he will get at the bottom of it. After all, Naruto was his son. He should work hard for his father, not to hide his strength and plot in the secret. He did not like that whatsoever. While in another timeline, Naruto at the moment was floating in mid-air beneath him. As Naruto simply started to look around this timeline, it was utterly destroyed. The world was at chaos. Looking down, he could see several people were walking strangely as the memories started to come to Naruto's mind. So this is a zombie world, huh? Well, that is interesting. I did not expect that such a thing would actually occur in the shinobi world. As Naruto looked around to see that one figure was standing above all, that was a zombie Naruto. As Naruto simply smiled at that, found you. With that, Naruto appeared beside the so-called zombie king Naruto. As the zombie king Naruto looked back towards Naruto as his eyes narrowed at that, who are you and how did you arrive here? As Naruto simply smiled at that, well, you can say that I am you, but I'm not from here. And as for you, I must say you have quite some good things inside of you. As the zombie Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, it doesn't matter, I'm the ruler of this world. And as for you, your power shall be mine as well. And then I shall leave this timeline to conquer other timelines with my zombie army. Attack with that several other zombie attack Naruto, but Naruto simply walked past by them as all of them were frozen in time. As zombie Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, die. With that, he attacked Naruto, trying to infect him and make him his subordinate as well. In this timeline, he was captured by Orochimaru and turned into a zombie, but in the end of the day, he had taken charge of this whole world and thus infecting everyone. But now, it seemed that the other timelines, the other versions of him had taken notice of him, but it doesn't matter. He will take all of their power, just like he had taken the powers of all of these people in his reality. But before he can move, suddenly time was frozen as Naruto simply snapped his finger. The zombie Naruto's eyes widened at that. He was growing old as he looked towards his hand, as if hundreds of years has passed after the zombie powers were merged with him. His life expectancy, his life force has increased a lot, but now it seemed that he was unable to keep up with hundreds of years that were passing so widely. No, stop it, as he screamed, but it was already too late as he turned into a old man. As Naruto walked towards him and put his hand onto his head. All of the power you have absorbed from these beings now belong to me. With that, Naruto opened his eyes, and just like that, zombie Naruto screamed and turned into pure power and merged with Naruto. As for the zombie virus, such a thing cannot affect him. After all, this was not actually a true virus but a chakra based infection, and that cannot affect Naruto, that transcend the limits of this world. As for the other zombies like zombie Kakashi and zombie Jiraiya, they were already under the control of this Naruto, but for now, these people are nothing to him. As Naruto casually leave the timeline, it seemed that this zombie Naruto had the other bloodlines also combined with his body, the Rinnegan, the Sharingan, the Moketon. As Naruto simply smiled at that, even the Ten Tails was inside of this zombie Naruto. But now it has all been absorbed by Naruto. Their power are becoming his. As Naruto simply smiled at that and disappeared from there. While in Konoha, 1 month has finally passed and it is time for the Chunin exam final to begin. As Naruto finally arrived in the original timeline, looking around to see that everyone was present as Minato was giving a speech on the Will of Fire in the name of Konoha, and in the name of the Will of Fire, let us start the finals of the Chunin exam. As Minato spoke righteously and everyone cheered at that, as Naruto scoffed at the hypocrisy of this man and finally landed into the nearby area. While on the other hand, the matches has already begun. The first match is gonna be, as the proctor stepped forward, the first match is gonna be Menma Uzumaki Namikaze versus Neji Hyuga as the battle had begun, as many people were still, you can say, cheering and voting on Menma, and just like that, Menma was easily able to defeat Neji, even though Neji was a genius as well. But in the end of the day, Menma was trained by Jiraiya, Tsunade, Kakashi, Minato, Kushina, and there was no way that Neji is actually gonna beat Menma here. So the match easily went to Menma. And after that, finally, the matches started to begin, and finally, it was time. And the next match is gonna be Uchiha Sasuke versus Uzumaki Naruto. With that, Sasuke finally arrived. He has been training for 1 month with his older brother, with his father, and Kakashi has also taught him Chidori. He has worked really hard. He will definitely avenge his future wife, Mito, by taking care of Naruto. He has also been taught powerful genjutsu by Shisui, and he believes that he will be able to win this whole match by himself and avenge Mito. While on the stand, Mito gritted her teeth at that she has already been healed by Tsunade, and thanks to the power of the QB, he will as she glared towards Naruto, who was casually walking down the stairs, as Naruto finally arrived in front of Sasuke. As Sasuke looked towards Naruto with anger and hatred in his eyes. You know, Naruto, for this 1 month I was only thinking about you. How I'm gonna beat you and avenge Mito. You have gone too far. Mito is your old sister. While she have made some mistakes against you, but you have no right to attack her. It is your one and last opportunity. Apologize and break both of your arms by yourself, otherwise I will do it for you. As Naruto simply smiled at that. If it isn't the naturally born evil Uchiha, what do you think? Who do you think you are to give me orders? As for that Mito, I do not even care if she dropped dead at this moment. As Sasuke glared towards Naruto, how dare you insult the Uchiha clan and Mito? You will pay for it. Proctor, let the match begin. As Sasuke glared towards the Proctor as if he's gonna eat him alive, as Proctor also gulped a little. Alright, let the match begin. With that, Proctor jumped away as Sasuke activated his 3 Tomo Sharingan in one eye and 2 Tomo in the other eye as Sasuke roared and activated his Chidori and attacked Naruto in a direct attack. Die! As Sasuke screamed at the top of his lung. While on the other hand, Naruto simply casually walked towards Sasuke, and just like in the usual fashion, just like when Itachi had grabbed Sasuke's arm in the original timeline, Naruto also grabbed the arm of Sasuke, twisted it, and slammed it into the chest of Sasuke, who was taken aback at that as Naruto didn't even bother to look at him twice and threw Sasuke into the nearby wall as Sasuke, who had pierced his own chest with his own Chidori, was now slammed into the wall with such force that he almost broke it, as Naruto simply looked towards Sasuke with a bored expression on his face as Sasuke puked out a lot of blood, while in the stand, Itachi was furious about it, even though he had also seen that his little brother has gone a bit, you can say, not in the conventional sense of a shinobi, but that was still his little brother, and Naruto has gone too far, as Sasuke simply released his hand from his chest, which was now bleeding, as Sasuke glared towards Naruto. You will pay for it, as Sasuke started to go through hand sign even though he was bleeding. But then at the last second, he was able to cancel out a lot of power from his hand. So the injury was not that great, but it would still require a lot of medical care later on. But he's not over yet, as Sasuke completed his hand signs and released several fight dragons towards Naruto, as Naruto was bored with it, as Naruto casually moved his hand and all the fire dragons disappeared in thin air, as Naruto was rather bored, as Naruto pointed 2 fingers towards Sasuke, as the Rasengan started to form in Naruto's hand, as Naruto smiled at that. Here is a small gift for you. As Naruto released the Rasengan, which started to grow wildly. Within seconds, it was several meters long as it changed color into pure purple. The power of the 10 tails inside of Naruto was roaring to be released, but Naruto was keeping it contained for now, as the huge Rasengan within seconds was already in front of Sasuke, who was now sweating. His both of his legs were already frozen with utter fear. Even Minato's eyes narrowed at that. Just few days ago, or rather, a month ago, Naruto's chakra level was not on a level of a genin. It seemed that Naruto is really hiding a lot of secrets, while on the other hand, Tadokage also looked towards Naruto. In the shadows, Danzo has already gotten all the information about Naruto. He already had made plans to blackmail Naruto into the root organization, while Tadokage wanted to use the Will of Fire to brainwash Naruto into being a puppet leader in the future as well, while on the other hand, Menma was grabbing the railing and putting pressure on it. He could not understand it. How could how could this loser become this powerful? It doesn't make any sense. While on the other hand, suddenly a figure appeared beside Sasuke, grabbed it and disappeared from there. This figure was none other than Itachi Uchiha, who had to intervene, otherwise his dear little brother would be dead meat. As Naruto simply smiled at that as Itachi looked towards Naruto, even though it was rather childish, but Itachi activated a Genjutsu ready to teach Naruto a lesson, but suddenly his eyes met with that of a gigantic, strange eye, the eye of the ten tails, as a roar was heard in the head of Itachi as Itachi's eyes started to bleed as his Genjutsu was forcefully disturbed as Naruto simply smiled at that. This was the power of the ten tails inside of zombie Naruto, which Naruto has absorbed for himself. So therefore, Uchiha Itachi's Genjutsu, it is nothing to him. As Naruto simply smiled at that as the proctor appeared because of the injuries of Uchiha Sasuke as well as disturbance caused by Uchiha Itachi. Uchiha Sasuke is hereby disqualified from the exam. This match is over. The winner is Uzumaki Naruto. As Naruto simply smiled at that, honestly, this was nothing to him, but his main target is. As Naruto looked towards Menma and then his eyes met with that of Minato, who was also looking towards Naruto as both of their eyes made contact for a second. While Minato had a bad feeling about this whole situation, the situation is getting out of his hands and he has to make plans for the future. Naruto's potential, it seemed that he had underestimated it, but such potential should work for him. As his son, it is the duty of Naruto to work for him, otherwise he would be unfailure and he will not tolerate such great power going in other hands. As he looked towards the Tadokage, Minato could already tell that Tadokage had his eyes towards Naruto, but he will not accept it in this political struggle. He, the fourth Hokage, the rightful heir and the leader of Konoha, shall be victorious, and for the old god of Tadokage, Shimura Danzo, and the other two elders should simply disappear from Konoha for the good of Konoha naturally. As Minato smirked at that, so each and every one here has their own plans, but hey, who's gonna win in the future? We shall see in the next part. So yeah guys, see you soon in the next part. The like goal is gonna be, let's see about it, 50 likes and 10 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, see you soon. Peace.